What's poppin'? It's your boy Perico, Headbanger Video, Montega Music, we in the building. Well, we here with Lee Mazin, you know what I'm saying? It's going down.
Of course.
So what's been going on with you?
I just got back in the studio from dropping my last project, which is called In My Own Lane. So make sure y'all get that. It's on that page. It's on LeeMazin.com, all the hip-hop sites, my mixtape, live mixtapes. The hard copies is in all the mixtape stores around the tri-state. But yeah, I just dropped that August 7th, so I'm just now getting back in the studio in the last 2 weeks. So I'm starting on my next stuff. I got something dropping possibly with Diamond Cut soon. We teamed up to do a project. She produced now, so she gonna handle all the production. I'm doing all the recordings on it. Something for the ladies real fast. Top of the year, I'm gonna drop my next project. I might just drop January 1st, just to tip the year off the right way. I just been recording and working, moving, trying to network and expand my brand.
What's tour life like?
I did my first tour at the top of the year. That was the Dreams Coming True tour with Meek and the rest of the Dreamchasers. So that was my first tour. We just kicked off the high school tour today. I'm my own leader high school tour. We put that together. Me and my team put it together ourselves. Got it approved by the school board, and now we moving on that. Top of the year, I just got offered two more tours for next year. I don't want to ruin any surprises, so y'all just gonna have to wait and see that. But
stay tuned in. You already
right.
How long you been rapping?
3 years now. I think I just hit my 3-year mark. Maybe, I think. It's pushing, if it's not 3 years, it's pushing 3 years.
That mean y'all niggas need to step y'all game up. Because, oh man, that's crazy. You definitely crazy with it for 3 years in. Who inspires you, like, as far as artists go?
Well, my favorite female artist was Missy growing up. Because Missy brought the fun to music and hip-hop and female hip-hop. Eve is one of my favorite female artists as well coming up. And I grew up, my mom big on music, 90s R&B and old school hip hop, so I grew up in a musical family. So I always was surrounded by it. So just the essence of it itself was an influence enough for me.
Your top 5 female artists all time?
All time. Well, like I said, Missy, Eve, Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, and Nicki. I respect Nicki because of what she did. Her movement was crazy, so that's probably my top 5.
Dope. Now, tell her where you from.
I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from South Philly. Grew up in South Philly and Southwest, actually in Delaware County, but I spent most of my days in South Philly. I grew up on 6th in Oregon, 7th in Snyder, the 17th in Siegel. So I've been around a lot of different parts of the area. But yeah, so that's where I'm from, born and raised Philadelphia.
Who would you say is like coming up in Philly? Right?
It's a lot of talent right now, you know. And when I started off with what they called the new wave, and there was a lot of different artists that they considered a part of the new wave. And those folks, just like I'm still doing my thing, most of them are still doing their thing. And there's a lot of new artists. There's a lot of young talent that I'm seeing now, like from the ages of like 8 and up, that's spitting, singing, modeling, anything. So I really support the youth. So the young artists that's doing it really make me want to, you know, support them and get in tech with them. But there's a lot of up and comers, especially coming out of Philly, because Philly got that doorway right now, and you know everybody finally got it and picked it up. So there's a lot of people doing their thing in Philly right now.
How'd you come about getting signed with Dreamchasers?
Well, I knew Meek for some time. I knew Meek before I actually started doing music. And when I started, I just kept bumping into Meek, like everywhere, not even just in the city. And he like, you remind me of myself when I was on the DVDs, my come up days, like
that grind, that hard
crazy.
Grind.
You doing what these other rappers that were in my position, you doing what they supposed to be doing. And like I respect that. And you said I got something for you when we get back home. And not even like a month later, I bumped into him again out of Atlanta. And he told me he wanted me to open up his show back at home. I did that. I opened up both of his sold out shows at the TLA for his Dreams and Nightmares tour. And maybe like 2 weeks after that, it was Powerhouse. Or maybe like a month after that, it was Powerhouse. I ain't heard from him since we was in Atlanta. And he just called me the day of Powerhouse and was like, you ready? Wow. I'm like, ready for what?
That's crazy.
And he's like, I'm gonna bring you out on stage and let Philly know that I want you to be the first lady of my movement, the Dreamchasers movement.
Dope. Congrats to the boy Meek. He definitely doing his thing, man. Like, he opened up some lanes So what singles you got out right now?
Well, I still got a song that I dropped last year, which is Back It Up and Bobby. That's probably my most successful song thus far. That's produced by DJ Diamond Cuts, so big up the Cuts. That's still getting spins on the radio to this day, and it's been about a year or some change. It might be just a year that song been out. I just dropped a new project, like I told you, in my own lane. So off of there, I let the streets pick what they want to hear the most. And right now, I got a record with Trina. It's called Me and My Girls. I'm getting a lot of recognition from that song, and it's a song called Fall Out, and that's produced by Coney Girl, and I got Blue June on there. So that's one of my most popular songs too off of that project.
That's dope.
And Tonight, I got a song called Tonight. I just dropped a video. It's featuring Phoenix, and that's a real dope song. It's probably one of my favorites.
Think about doing some movies or anything?
Of course, I did acting my whole middle school to high school days, so that's something that I definitely would want to tap into.
That's dope. Them acting checks is crazy.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable tour moment?
Probably we did 3 shows in LA. We did Hollywood, Santa Ana, and San Francisco. And on the way to Santa Ana, or was it on the way? It was on the way to San Francisco. We on the bus. It's like a 3-hour drive, and everybody sleep except for Lil Snoop. He up. He on the phone. He freestyling like. So we like, Snoop, shut up, go to sleep. But he's so full of life and so full of energy. It just, you barely ever see him sleep except for at night. Like, he had no problem with telling you he gonna go to sleep and get his Z's in. But we on our way to the show, and our tire just bust like. So we literally almost like flipped over on a big tour bus, and it set us back because we was already running late to the show. We had to be there at a specific time. So we were stuck now, like, dang, how we going to get to the show? And it just so happened that this guy was riding past with a big coach bus, empty coach bus. Wow. And he pulled over for us, loaded us onto his bus, and drove us the rest of the way. He wasn't even going that direction. No charge or nothing. So that's it was crazy because we really thought it was over because we looking at ourselves like crashing, and we didn't though. So, and we actually got to the show. As soon as we got there, we had to perform. So it was like hop right off the bus and go right on stage. So it was kind of crazy.
That's dope. What features can we expect, you know what I'm saying, on what project?
Well, right now, in my own lane, I got Ace Hood on there. I got Trina on there. I got Marsha and Bruce on there. I got a couple records with Meek. We just trying to figure out which one we want to drop first and how we want to push it. By me being the only female with the movement, we want to, drop my stuff differently than how we do everybody else.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, I just linked up with Pharrell. Actually, I met him down in Atlanta, so I'm hoping that things work out with me and him where so I could get in the studio with him and do some work. I ran into a lot of people out of Atlanta, actually. Jazzy Faye is like another mentor of mine. I met Jazzy about a year ago, and he been real intact with me, so big shout out to Jazzy Faye. Now I'm just networking and just, trying to meet more people and work with different artists, mainstream and underground, different cities and everywhere.
Industry-wise, who would you most likely want to work with right now?
It sounds weird, but my dream is to get on the track with Adele.
Yo, I like Adele.
For specific reasons. For one, I haven't seen her do a mixed genre song where as though she working with anybody in the hip hop.
That'd be the first of its kind.
And it's like that's like one of my favorite singers right now. Her voice is amazing, and it'd be real different from what she could bring and what I can bring to a track and put it on one track. It'd be crazy.
Definitely. What underground artists would you probably work with right now?
I feel like I work with all the underground artists that I wanted to. Maybe somebody from a different area that's climbing up just like I'm climbing up.
So, what did you do before rap?
I graduated school early. I graduated high school early. I went to Del State University for a year. I majored in psychology. That's actually how I started my music career. Because when I finished my freshman year at school, and I realized that major wasn't really what I wanted to major in. And not only that, I was going to school out of state, so the tuition was ridiculous. And after that first year, I had to rethink everything. Like, all right, maybe I should go to school in state and change my major and go for something different. So I told my mom I was going to take a semester off to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And during that semester was when I started playing around. I started off just freestyling, like not even writing, just busting on my girlfriends, playing around, just playing with words and rhymes. And next thing I know, I fell in love with it. By the top of 2011, that's when I was going real serious with it.
We got Lee Mazin in the building. You already know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Headbanger Video, Montego Music. It's going down. What's your Twitter? Where can the people find you at?
Well, I got at Lee Mazin on Twitter. That's LeeMazin, no G at the end of my name. Instagram, same thing, at Lee Mazin. Facebook, Lee Mazin. Reverb Nation, Lee Mazin. I got LeeMazin.com. That's my official website. I got LeeMazin.fm. That's my 24/7 online radio. It's just Lee Mazin all day long, straight through. And anything that got a search engine, you type Lee Mazin and something gonna pop up. You already know it's your girl Lee Mazin, First Lady of the DC, TLM rapper. I'm kicking it with Headbanger Videos, one of the hottest around. Make sure y'all check them out. I stamped it, you know that.